Hi, I'm Donna, and I'm here with Bill. And buying a car is a huge commitment, and so often we get confused between a purchase or a lease. So Bill, can you help us out with that decision?
Well, really, leasing a car and buying a car is the same thing. You know, the old-fashioned way of coming in and writing a check for a car is kind of gone because cars have gotten so expensive. So most people choose an alternative to finance a car or lease a car. And really, they're both just another way to finance a car. With purchasing a car, the normal term's around 60 months. So you buy that car, you make your payments for 60 for 5 years, and then the car is yours. Leasing gives you a little bit different alternative. You can lease a car normally on a 3-year term, and at the end of 3 years, you have some options. Okay, you can turn the car back into Honda. You can sell the car. It's yours to sell. You can trade it in and get a new one. So you've really got more options there and to get out of a car quicker with a lease than you do on a purchase.
So Bill, what are the benefits of purchasing a car?
Well, when you purchase a car, of course, you know, it's yours. If you finance it though, it's yours in the banks. If you write a check for a car, it's your car and you can do with it as you will. You know, a lot of people think that that's the way to do it, and that's fine. You know, on the leasing end of it, when you lease a car, some of the major things that people worry about are mileage. You know, if you buy a car, they think, well, I can put any kind of mile on it.
That's usually why people won't lease.
Right.
They say the biggest detriment to leasing is the over mileage, right?
Well, yeah, and that's true. But if you buy the car and you drive more miles, what does it do? It depreciates more. But with leasing, nowadays, you can set a lease up to over 25,000 miles a year. So you can set it up to your driving habits. So you really don't have to worry about that. One of the major things that leasing does have over financing is if you damage your car. Okay, if you're sitting at a red light and somebody runs in the back of you and it's totaled, okay, well, the insurance company always comes out and they state the value of your car. Well, with a purchase, if you owe more than it's worth on your finance contract, you have to pay the difference. But because you and the bank are on the leased-in car, it has what's called gap insurance. Car's paid for, you walk away. Another scenario, if it's not totaled, okay, you get it fixed through your insurance company and you have a car, however, it has a Carfax on it stating that it's damaged. Most of the time that will affect the value of the car when you go to trade it in. With a lease car, it's fixed. It still has that residual value that the bank put on it as long as the car is repaired. So you really have no depreciation for being in an accident in a leased car. At the end of your lease, you simply turn it back in to the bank that's leased it for you.
So the value stays the same when you lease the car, whereas purchasing it changes.
That's
if you
correct.
have an accident.
At the beginning of your lease, they give you what's called a future value or residual. And that's set in stone, and that's set by the bank. And the bank guarantees that they'll buy that car back for that amount. So it's a, you know, there again, it's just another way to finance a car, but it's a pretty smart way to finance a car because you're always in a car that has all the latest safety features, especially if you have a family. You know that you want them in the safest thing possible. Normally, between a 60-month contract on a purchase and a 36-month contract on a lease, your payments are around $75 less per month on the lease, but yet you're not obligated to that car but for 3 years.
And so tell me about the maintenance on a lease. I've heard that you can build that into your lease so that you don't have to come in and pay anything for your oil changes.
Right. A lot of people do that. You put a maintenance agreement for a very low cost on it because you're only going to have it for 3 years. There's not a lot that you have to do to it other than maintenance. So you simply bring your car in, swipe your card, and you're gone. It's a great way to own a car.
I like that. Thanks for explaining those options to us.
Not a problem.